Imagine standing on Venus, where the atmospheric pressure crushes down with a force 92 times greater than what we experience on Earth. The moment an astronaut steps foot in such an environment, their spacesuit faces imminent doom, ready to implode within seconds. What kind of survival story could emerge from such peril? As if that weren't enough, Venus's surface temperature spikes to a staggering 465 degrees Celsius, hotter than molten lava. In mere moments, the intense heat could cause horrific internal overheating, robbing the astronaut of consciousness faster than you can blink. Could anyone withstand such a violent embrace? But the nightmare doesn't end there. The atmosphere, a lethal cocktail dominated by 96.5% carbon dioxide, renders the air completely unbreathable. To compound this dire situation, corrosive sulfuric rain falls relentlessly, complicating even the most desperate attempts at survival. What hope remains in a world so unforgiving? Now, let's shift our gaze to Mercury, a planet devoid of atmosphere, which means no heat retention. When the sun sets, temperatures plunge drastically into dangerously cold realms that could lead swiftly to hypothermia. How can one possibly survive such extremes? Yet, on Mercury's sunlit side, the heat rises to a blistering 427 degrees Celsius, rivaling even Venus. The combination of scorching temperatures and relentless radiation creates a cocktail of death for any unprotected human. What kind of shield could protect one from such wrath? Without a spacesuit, exposure to this hostile environment leads to catastrophic consequences. Radiation burns and DNA damage loom large. The importance of protective gear cannot be overstated. Without it, survival becomes an elusive dream. Hyperthermia, a word that strikes fear into the hearts of many, can claim its victim in mere minutes on Mercury. Organ failure and loss of consciousness follow swiftly. The stakes are undoubtedly high. Are we ready for such perilous battles? Turning our gaze to Mars, we find yet another hostile world, its thin atmosphere largely composed of carbon dioxide. Just a small breach in your spacesuit could spell immediate suffocation. What harrowing fate awaits those who venture too close? The low pressure on Mars brings a terrifying phenomenon known as ebulism, where bodily fluids boil, causing excruciating pain and, ultimately, death within a mere 7 minutes. What horror would unfold in such a scenario? To make matters worse, Mars is plagued by dust storms that can blanket the entire planet for weeks or even months. These storms disrupt visibility and compromise safety for any would-be explorers. What havoc lies beneath that swirling chaos? And then there's Jupiter, a gas giant that unleashes its own lethal challenges. With extreme atmospheric pressure and violent lightning storms capable of obliterating spacecraft, this planet is a realm of chaos. But could there be something worse lurking within? The conditions on Jupiter are not just inhospitable. They brew a storm of severe turbulence and fierce winds that reach astonishing speeds of up to 360 km per hour. The combination of relentless lightning and tumultuous gales creates a treacherous atmosphere for any spacecraft venturing too close. Saturn, with its mesmerizing rings of ice and rock, hides a treacherous truth. Those billions of fast-moving chunks present a significant danger for spacecraft that dare to approach. How does one navigate such a deadly dance of celestial debris? Now envision Uranus, another gas giant that chills to the bone, where toxic methane fills the atmosphere. Even the slightest breach in a spacesuit leads to an immediate, fatal exposure. What fate awaits the unwary souls who venture to this frigid giant? Uranus offers a breathtaking transformation. Diamonds form under extreme pressure. But what beauty masks the truth that survival in this harsh reality is practically impossible? What other secrets does this planet hold? And finally, we arrive at Neptune, where winds whip fiercely and unpredictably. The swirling vortices create chaos, threatening to derail any spacecraft's trajectory. Could this be the ultimate test for explorers brave enough to navigate its tempestuous skies? Neptune's intense winds exert crushing centrifugal forces, subjecting any occupants aboard to perilous G-forces. The risks grow exponentially, with serious consequences like loss of consciousness looming ever closer. What price are we willing to pay for exploration? Lastly, we contemplate Pluto, a dwarf planet of icy despair. The extreme cold here could freeze a person in moments. A malfunction in a spacesuit could swiftly lead to organ failure. What does survival truly mean in such a chilling realm?